We've got a problem. AI is projected to eliminate up to 50% of entry-level white-collar jobs in the next 3 to 5 years. On top of that, we're already seeing the first rounds of layoffs where automation is taking over human labor. Business publishers like Forbes, as you see here, are already publishing articles about what jobs are going to fall first with the implementation of AI in the general workplace. Amazon's CEO is warning employees of cuts to white-collar work. Internationally, major company CEOs are also warning that AI will result in deeper job cuts. In order to get our bearings on this problem, let's listen to a few interviews by some of the important people in this technological space. The first one is going to be by Dario Amodei, and Dario is the CEO of Anthropic and worked with Sam Altman with OpenAI.
Well, he says AI can lead to incredible advancements like medical breakthroughs and boost the economy. He believes it could also lead to half of entry-level white-collar jobs disappearing and 10 to 20% unemployment in the next 1 to 5 years.
I really worry, particularly at the entry level, that the AI models are very much at the center of what an entry-level human worker would do. It's bigger and it's broader and it's moving faster than anything has before. And so compared to previous technology changes, I'm a little bit more worried about the labor impact simply because it's happening so fast that yes, people will adapt, but they may not adapt fast enough. And so there may be an adjustment period. Everyone I've talked to has said this technological change looks different. It looks faster. It looks harder to adapt to. It's broader. The pace of progress keeps catching people off guard. It's possible it'll all be okay, but I think that's too sanguine an approach. I think we do need to be raising the alarm. I think we do need to be concerned about it. I think policymakers do need to worry about it. If they do worry and they do act, then maybe we can prevent it. But we're not going to prevent it just by saying everything's going to be okay.
So Dario's taking a really nuanced approach here. He's recognizing that he's creating some incredible technology, and he's coming to terms with the fact that there is a human cost to this in that it's going to disrupt the status quo and your expectations of the workplace. I think one of the coolest things that he talks about is that it's not too late for us to make sure that this is implemented in a way that spreads prosperity and community, but we need to act now. Acting after it's already disrupted these jobs is going to be too little too late. Next, we're going to hear from Dave Blundin on the Moonshots podcast. Dave is a venture capitalist and the founder of Link Ventures.
Yeah, Dario looks really worried there, doesn't he? He's got the wrinkled forehead, and then Henderson Cooper looks even more worried. And, rightfully so. I think the short-term job displacement is imminent. When I talk to people at random, people in power, far more people are in denial or doing nothing than are overreacting. So it's actually good for Dario to be saying these things to at least wake up the masses to the immense amount of change that's imminent. I do think there is a lot of short-term job loss coming, but far, far, far more opportunity being created.
I really do think that venture capitalists like Dave put their money where their mouth is, and people that are putting their money into this problem, into investing in new companies, are saying that AI is going to be a disruptor that they're expecting and that they're betting money on. That being said, Peter Diamandis, the host of Moonshot, the podcast that was just on, also interviewed a couple other people in that same episode. Up next, we're going to listen to Peter ask Mo Gawdat, a former CBO of Google, a question regarding whether or not he thinks this question about AI as a disruptor is overblown.
Is Dario overplaying this, or is he spot on?
Oh, no, he's underplaying it for sure. My predictions is 10, 20, 30, 40% unemployment in some sectors.
In what time frame?
Within the next 2 to 3 years. In my mind, jobs will be lost in some sectors earlier than others, and we can name quite a few of those. But when they are lost, they're going to be lost massively. On the other hand, the ideology and the existing system will not allow us to replace that quickly enough because we're not awake.
Mo is a former executive at Google who quit in order to speak more transparently to the public, you and me, about the potential implications of AI as a disruptor in our workplace and in our society. Here's Dave's response to Mo.
I also really believe that yes, there's huge amounts of job displacement coming because, as Mo pointed out, the natural capitalist action is to say, what can I automate away, reduce the cost by 99%? All that all becomes bottom line profit. So the valuations of companies that automate are going to go way, way up, and it's going to create a huge amount of wealth. Where does that wealth land? And, as I've been saying on this podcast, it's naturally going to land in relatively few hands if nothing changes. But the amount of value and the greenfield opportunity is so much bigger than the amount of job loss.
With the words of warning about AI in this Moonshots episode, it was continuously brought up the risks of AI being implemented, but there was this recurring theme of talks about this infinitely bigger potential of constructive force that AI would bring with it. That being said, I think in this next clip, you'll see Mo do a really good job humanizing what it means to change everything about the way our society operates.
Well, I love you all, you know that. So please don't be offended by what I'm about to say.
Speak your mind.
All that you guys talk about is problems of privilege. It's like, my traffic jam, I want to make sure that my cab is waiting for me outside, and just go tell those things to the cab driver that actually is feeding 4 and working 2 shifts. Well, if they heard this conversation and how careless we are about their jobs, saying things like, yeah, they'll figure something out. I heard that a million times. What will they figure out? I want someone who tells me that we will find new jobs and upskill them. Tell me what those jobs are so that we start upskilling them.
Mo does a really good job here at humanizing the issue. AI is this huge disruptor, and it will create these awesome opportunities, but most of the people that will benefit from those opportunities aren't you and me. Most of those people are already doing exceedingly well in the current system that we have in place. And Mo brings up the point that when it comes to the everyday person, someone with a mortgage, someone with a family, someone that is just getting by in order to support and grow their own family, that person is not worried about how to become some sort of entrepreneur. They want to be a positive, giving member of society and be rewarded for that. This is such an important point that Mo brings up, especially when he is surrounded by people that are very lucky in their circumstances. And Mo brings us back down to the ground here and actually has them look around and say, what about the people that don't fit this crazy, innovative mold that you are hoping for AI to allow everyone to fit into? Next, we're going to hear from Geoffrey Hinton, the godfather of AI and neural networks, on the podcast, The Diary of a CEO by Stephen Bartlett.
In the past, new technologies have come in which didn't lead to joblessness. New jobs were created. So the classic example people use is automatic teller machines. When automatic teller machines came in, a lot of bank tellers didn't lose their jobs. They just got to do more interesting things. But here, I think this is more like when they got machines in the Industrial Revolution, and you can't have a job digging ditches now because a machine can dig ditches much better than you can. And I think for mundane intellectual labor, AI is just going to replace everybody.
People say that it will create new jobs, though, so we'll be fine.
Yes, and that's been the case for other technologies, but this is a very different kind of technology. If it can do all mundane human intellectual labor, then what new jobs is it going to create? You'd have to be very skilled to have a job that it couldn't just do. So I don't think they're right.
So long story short, will we lose our jobs to AI? I think the answer is a resounding yes. We're going to, and it's going to hit us faster than we expect. That being said, this is not hopeless. As many of the people that we just listened to today have said themselves, it is just going to take effort from all of us, from our politicians and our executives, stepping up and making sure that this technology is implemented in a way that provides opportunity for us to build community and prosperity together. If this is done right, this could be the first chapter of the rest of human history, and it could be so beautiful. It's just going to take you and me coming together and making sure that this is done right. If you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate your time. Please drop a like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think AI is going to do in the workplace and how quickly it will come in as a disruptor. Have a great day.